It's super late, so I'm talking low, so don't be freaked out. But how's your February been so far? Good, I hope. Try to make this go a little quick. Really want to get back to my normal groove because y'all February has just been something. It has really been something. But no worries. There's always March. Let's see what you guys got going on for you in February. Did I just say what's going on in February? I totally meant what's going on for you in February. Okay, let's see. Overall guidance I have for you guys is relationships. Relationships are just mirror images of our own life. How you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. This is so extra dope. Like, these are one of those life philosophies that I totally dig. And I'm so sorry for coughing in you guys' ear. But when it comes to all of our relationships in life, whether it's our friendships, if it's romantic relationships, just any type of partnership that we have with another human. I mean, hey, we can include dogs too, whatever. But any type of relationship that we have with other people, like and this is, I'll say, a personal philosophy, my personal viewpoint on how I see relationships as tools. But relationships are like a sacred space, in my opinion. It's a sacred space in which we allow ourselves, another person allows himself to be sandpaper, whether we're aware of it or not. So, and I say that in a metaphorical sense of you being like a block of wood and the other person is sandpaper that's smoothing you out. Because I wholeheartedly believe that us as people, we desperately, not in a codependent sense, but we desperately need each other because there's so much growth, expansion, and understanding that you can gain of the self alone, right? But there is an entire myriad of growth that has to be done with the self in relation to other people. So relationships are extremely important because, you know, not to say that we're acting entirely different with, our friends, to our family, to our partners, but it's a different level of connection that we have with each person. So there is a really special sacred connection that happens between that partnership of those two people or within that family that really contributes to our growth. So this is really this is your overall energy for the month of February, is just taking a step back and allowing yourself to see how your relationships are adding to you or taking away from you, how those relationships are contributing to you. Because if a person is not adding to you, they are indeed taking away from you. So, and then it also gives us an opportunity to gain personal insight into ourselves and where we are and what energy it is we're operating in and why we're drawing this specific type of person or these specific type of people into our lives. And I really feel like for Virgos this month, this is something that I want to say may or may not be in your awareness, but I'm really feeling like this is something that you have been thinking about. This is something you've been kind of meditating on, is just really looking at the roles that people are playing in your life and your level of happiness within those relationships with people. So let's get into your past, present, and future. Oh, look at that good old manifest card. Ho, 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 ho. This just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Okay, so What I am sensing from my Virgos in February, you guys are coming from a place of where I'm talking about this space right here where there's not a card to represent it, but it's just the energy that I'm sensing. But prior to you guys really getting into alignment with where it is that you were going, I sense like kind of a dark space here. I sense that before you guys kind of came to and were just like, I'm moving forward, you guys were kind of like in a downtrodden space, feeling, what is the word I'm looking for? You guys were feeling lost. It's like you were really feeling lost. You were feeling disappointed in yourself. You were feeling kind of hopeless. You really didn't know where you were going. But I really feel that like a wave of inspiration kind of set in to you. It's almost, and this is kind of weird because it's idyllic nonetheless, but it's almost as if it's like you woke up one day and you were like, you know what, like I can't do this anymore. So it's almost like you made a decision to take all of the energy that you were putting into staying in that cycle of darkness, and you made a decision to transmute that energy, so to speak. It's like you made a decision to have a shift of perspective. Literally, that's why I said something. It's idyllic. It sounds like, but I really feel like that's what happened with you guys. It's almost like you had an epiphany moment. It's like you literally were there and you're like, okay, this is it, I'm done. And you turned over a new leaf. And with you putting your energy and your effort in a very I don't want to say like a mental sense, but it's literally like an energetic shift, because it's like I'm looking for a term that's a little bit more tangible, but it's literally you made an energetic shift. So like an inner decision, a change of perspective to go in a complete and totally different direction that you were in, because I really feel like you guys were kind of stuck in this cycle of almost like a self-sabotatory energy, so to speak. And it could even be like, because I'm looking at like with your overall spiritual guidance, it could be something in relation to family, or just typical relationships with people, y'all, because I'm trying not to be so confusing. I'm trying to stay like on track, because I hate when I mention like a thousand different scenarios, because I know that totally throws people off. But the main thing that I'm sensing overall, I feel like this, just like how the card says how this is like how your relationships can be a mirror image of you, I feel like this has less to do with the other people side of the whole relational thing, and it's really centralizing in on this mirror effect that you're having with other people. So I kind of feel like this has kind of been almost like an undercurrent into you getting to this place in your past position, to where you decided to really overcome being in that consistent negative cycle, which is awesome, because in the present tense, or present energy, present time, whatever you want to call it, right now, today, you guys are in straight magician mode. It's like you took this essence energy within yourself, and now you're literally taking this and putting this into action. So it's that full-on awareness, understanding, that knowing that all of those resources and tools that you need to get to where it is that you're trying to go, you're taking full advantage of them. You're utilizing the lessons that you've learned from the different experiences that you've had. You're taking this vicious self-sabotatory energy that you were kind of stewing in before, and you're kind of taking all of that and utilizing it as like an empowering blueprint to get, or to create what it is that you want in your life and you know that you deserve. So I would put this as more or less almost like a reintroduction to yourself. It's almost like you awakening to the reality that you are the one who's actually in control. And I think in the past tense, for this invisible card we're pretending is right there, in the past tense, I think you felt very out of control, in the sense of, instead of more or less seeing what it is your relationships say about you, you were very focused, in a past tense, you were very focused on what everyone else was doing. So it's almost like a self-victimization phase that you were in the past. It was all about, this is happening to me, or this person did this to me. But you weren't taking the time to see, well, I'm allowing it, you know? And I think now that energy is gone. It's because, of course, there's really not a card there. That's just an energy I'm picking up on. But it's like you came into the realization and the knowing of, like, it's time for me to really, like, move on to another cycle. So it's almost like you forced yourself into a growth cycle by ending a cycle that you have become quite familiar with. Spent a lot of time there. Could write a map on it and give other people directions. But anywho, going forward, you're coming into balance within yourself. I look at this card as a unification because, of course, yeah, you could look at it as like, yeah, you're going to meet your twin flame and fall in love. But I'm just not one of those readers. Not saying that that's not possible or that I don't believe in it, but I always look at things from, or I read from, a perspective of the self. So all of this is about you and less to do about everybody else. It's really about your growth in gaining self-awareness through the experiences that you're going through, in case you were curious. Yeah. Was about to say something there, but I think I'm going to keep that to myself. But anywho, yeah, what I see going forward is you're going to continue on in this energy of, like, it's it's not the word vicious, but it's like an aggressive, but aggressive in a good way, like not in like a pushy elbowing people out of the way. It's just that you're very clear on what you want and what it is that you want to create in your life. You're very clear at this point in time, or you've become very clear this month of what it is you want your life to look like. And it's like you're literally like not playing any games. Like you're very serious, you're very clear on this, and you're like in full on like push forward mode. And this is gonna spill into the integration of your masculine and feminine energies, and really finding that, well, I wouldn't even say finding, it's manifesting balance within yourself. So it's you having that understanding. I see this as more of like this is an inner and external action. It's you knowing that you possess the power within yourself to manifest the life that you want, and you coming into a place to where, instead of it being inside, outside, so like inner world manifesting in my outer world, now it's like unifying or reconciling these two parts of myself. So that's like, you guys are in a really, really good place right now. I'm very happy to see that. Leo had a super duper abundant reading that I'm mad jealous of. But they deserve it. They've been through a lot. But I sense that same kind of the same essence energy, if that makes sense. But it's with Leo, it's more in a material, financial, abundant sense. But I see with Virgos, it's a spiritual abundance, and it's manifesting into in a physical way. It's not to say that no, you guys aren't gonna have financial abundance. I'm not saying that. It's just that you guys are gaining spiritual wealth. So you guys are abundant in spiritual wealth in the month of February, which is amazing. That's really, really good. And I'm being drawn back. I'm looking back at this relationship card, and if that's not something that you've ever taken into account, is looking at how you interact with other people, or looking at your relationships in this particular perspective of seeing it as a mirror image of yourself. And I think the easiest hypothetical situation for this would be to think, like, if you're a female and like, say hypothetically it's like, oh, how do I keep dating the same guy? It's like I'm meeting different guys, but it's almost like it's the same guy over and over again. It's like that is a way that your higher self is helping you out, in a sense. It's like there's a very specific reason why everybody that's in your life right now is there. And it's something that can easily be overlooked. But with this card showing up for you guys this month, it's really saying to take that step back and to really consider that, to really see the type of people you have been meeting and what role they have been playing and what role is it that you play in their lives. Is it that you always meet people that take advantage of you? It's like, with that being a mirror, it's like, in what ways am I taking advantage of myself, and which ways am I putting other people before me? Or and I really feel like it's more or less in the sense of like a self-neglectful thing. It's really putting other people before yourself, or making that decision, like I feel like you're doing in your work life or personal life. It's taking that same energy and applying that to relationships as well, in a romantic sense, of you being in this vicious cycle consistently with maybe dating the same people over and over again. You coming to this realization of like, this is not for me, this isn't what I want, this isn't what I see for myself. You making the decision to say, you know what, it's like, we're not doing that anymore. So it's like, now I'm going to put myself in places where the type of people I would prefer to date are, or I'm going to be who it is that I'm looking for. I'm going to continue to become acquainted with myself and do my shadow work. Go see, a spiritual teacher, or go back to church, or learn about spirituality, learn about my masculine side, my feminine side, what that really means, how that all works out together, watch tarot readers on YouTube. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, it's like, now that you are the source of your own happiness. And the more that you work on yourself, the more that you become your best self, the better your relationships will be. Sorry that I totally just went on that whole like preachy spiel, but what have you. So this is the card for what you guys need to surrender for this month. You can look at this as a tangible action step, and it's surrender to the beauty of the natural world. This is like the spiritual guidance that who got this? Was it Aries? I think it was Aries. But the card says, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And what I feel about any little nature card, anything that kind of directs you to nature, gives you spiritual guidance in the direction of nature. With Virgos being earth signs, this is the space in which we thrive. So us being in the natural world, I look at it as like nature university. If we take the time, and the example I used for Aries was an essay by Lauren Isley that's called The Judgment of the Birds. You can totally Google it and find it. But in that essay, like, of course, he starts all theatrical, and he says that, whenever a man is in search of a vision, he must separate from his kinsmen and go into the wilderness so that he may have a vision. So this is kind of this in the non-theatrical sense. Like, you don't necessarily have to go backpacking through Europe or the woods, unless you want to. But this is simply saying something as simple as going to sit in your local park, just smelling the air, just watching the birds, watching the butterflies, watching the squirrels. And I'm a firm believer in the fact that sitting in nature is a sure-fast way to get an epiphany about life. It could be something so simple, seeing trees blow in the wind, to where that can speak to you in such a way that it can manifest and open up into an entire message for whatever it is you need to know at that present moment. So I think if you guys have kind of been, you know, really really focused on your own personal growth, which is most certainly a good thing, this is just really saying to make sure that in all of your doing to also do rest. That is imperative. And when you decide to do your rest, do it in nature, because it's going to be very replenishing for you and very rewarding. And we're going to do two angel answer cards for you guys, for singles and couples, to give you guys a little bit of insight and guidance in your romantic department. And you guys let me know any kind of suggestions that you guys have, because this the way that I was led to do my readings this month is a lot different than I usually do them, because I literally just bought this deck this month. It's a lot different how, if you look at my January readings, it's a lot different. So I'm trying out a lot of different stuff just to kind of see what I want to do. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, going forward, the readings are not going to look like this. These would probably be separated into different portions. So February is a short month. So if you feel like the readings were kind of short, let's just blame it on that. Because usually I like to go a little bit more in depth, but I'm new, trying stuff out. Don't judge me. For my singles, we have true love. Wow. Are y'all dating a Leo? Because Leo, singles got this. I don't know if Virgo and Leo is a good match. Not saying that it's not. I'm just not zodiac expert. I feel like I got to do some research on that. But yeah, in the event that you are dating a Leo, congratulations. You got your whole, personal evolution abundance going on, and they got financial abundance. So that sounds like a win-win to me. And as I said, for Leos, if there isn't someone that you have not met yet, like if you're single, and you're not dating anyone or have any potentials, this card showing up is to definitely let you know that this is possible, or this person may be coming into your life very soon. So congratulations on that. And for my couples, whoa, that is so creepy. So apparently, Virgos are dealing with a Leo, because this is the same exact card that Leo couples got, and that's weirding me out, because you guys totally just watched me shuffle their deck, and I don't even know what to say about that. But okay, that's interesting. Wow, that is really weirding me out right now. Like, that's strange. But okay, so Virgo couples. Maybe it's just a coincidence that you guys are, in the same single and couple space as Leos are. But yeah, for my couples, if you guys broke up with someone, parted ways with a former partner. I cannot talk today. With a former partner, that person may be coming back into your life, and you guys may be getting things back on track. And like I said with Leo as well, for those of you who haven't parted ways and maybe you just kind of have been emotionally distant, or one or both of you guys have been very busy manifesting material abundance, personal, spiritual abundance, then you guys are coming to a place before the end of the month to where you two are going to come back into alignment with each other and restore that intimate connection And I mean that in like an emotionally intimate sense. It's just getting back to that very concrete, unified space that you guys may have feel like you've kind of dwindled from. And that's not anything to feel bad about, because it happens in all relationships. Everything is in ebb and flows and phases. So, sometimes we just get caught up into life and caught up into ourselves and our acquisition of things and our desires to succeed and to move forward in our life, acquire or be more of who it is that we desire to be. So it happens sometimes, but it's nothing. It's nothing to be, alarmed about. Just get in nature, surrender to the natural world, couples and singles, true loving each other and such. That's really good, guys. That's super, super dope. All right. We are going to, I didn't forewarn y'all, so y'all might have to actually pause, but if there's anything that you feel like this reading did not answer for you, I'm giving you an opportunity to pick one of 3 cards with the angel answers to either give you clarification on anything in this reading. I feel like now that I look at it, I feel like all of my February readings are like, it feels like a sample prototype reading, which is interesting. Maybe that would have been more appropriate last month, with that being my first month on YouTube, but whatever. I do what I'm told, man. I do what I'm told. I'm gonna confess it, y'all. I'm trying to deal with I was forewarned by different readers that I know about trolls, and I was all like, I don't care. But I totally understand why some people are just like, no on the comment thing, because it is a little unnerving. Because my Pisces rising, that's interesting. My Gemini rising, do not have Pisces in my chart, but my Gemini rising makes me super analytical. So I sit there and I analyze it. I'm like, what was this person's intention when they did this? What were they thinking when they said that? What was their purpose for saying that? But y'all just, send me some good positive vibes. I gotta get used to that. I don't like people who are mean and stuff, but whatever. So that's my emo moment. You're welcome. Hug me, Virgo. If you picked card number 1, your answer is take action. Y'all are sharing a lot of stuff with Leo. If you pick card number 2, your answer is you're ready. Congratulations. And if you pick card number 3, your answer is big happy changes. Probably with these people and those people. And in relation to this good old stuff going on, just saying. Well, guys, that has been your wonderful end of February reading. I hope it was insightful. Expect for things to look different in March, because things are always changing, just like us as people and like trees do in nature. I don't know. I was trying to be profound just now. Don't judge me. You guys enjoy the rest of your February. I shall see you in March. Until the next time I see you, deuces.